Well, as the Taliban return to power in Afghanistan, women are especially nervous in the country. We all know how in the past Taliban stopped education for women, barred them from working and meted out barbaric punishments to them in the garb of justice. Even though Taliban has promised to let women work, but history makes it difficult to trust the group. The country's first female mayor, Zarifa Ghafari, continued to fear for her life. 27-year-old has said she is waiting for Taliban to come and kill her, and also said that there is no one to help her and her family. Ghafari was a senior member of the Ashraf Ghani government. She even received death threats from the Taliban in the past. Her father, General Abdul Wasi Ghafari, was gunned down by terrorists in November last year. Zarifa Ghafari, Afghanistan's first woman mayor, is now joining us. Thank you for your time here. We here in India are concerned, knowing the history of the Taliban in the past, about the plight of women and children, as reports are suggesting about the kind of treatment that is meted out to them. Just to tell us, what is the situation like right there, and what have the Taliban told you just yet?
Thank you so much. It's just back 2001. It's just back 2000. It's just back 90s. We went so far. We struggled so far, 21 years, but now we have nothing. We are back at the zero. We are back at the space that nothing is here. We are facing terrible moments in Afghanistan. Things are bad. Things are not so good. Women are more afraid. They are all with them, and they are doing all human rights abuses. They are abusing women rights. They are beating women publicly. They are beating men publicly. They are destroying everything. They destroyed everything of my life. They destroyed everything of women's life. They killed my dad, and now they are forcing me to at least not see my dad's grave. So it's so painful. It's really painful. We struggled a lot, and right now we are missing it so easily. It's seriously much painful. It's really not fair. Whatever is running down, whatever is happening to us as Afghan women, as Afghan citizen, as a part of this world.
You know, Zarifa, we hear your father was killed just last year, and here's the Taliban which says now that, we are going to let women be, we are going to let children be. Women will get to be a part of the government. A lot of people actually say, why can't we give them a chance? You think this is a bizarre argument altogether? How can you give them a chance? I mean, they killed your father just last year.
First, if they really believe giving women a platform, why they search my house? Why they took away my car? Why they took away my guns? Why did they started threatening me? Why they started searching me? Why they threatening me with death? Definitely, they don't believe anything on this. But still, if they really want to talk with women, if they really believe women's rights and having women on the platform of government, so let's start negotiating. I, as a representative for all Afghan women, I am here for them. I can talk to them. Let's talk. And I know there are too many other women of Afghanistan. They also want the same. We are the angels of peace. We are the representative for peace all the war times in around the world as women. So let's talk. Let's negotiate. Otherwise, without women, I don't think so. I don't think they could govern. I don't think they could lead a government.
They have invited women to now join the government. What do you make of this decision of the Taliban?
They are not letting men to join government. They ignored all men in entering their offices. They ignored men going to offices. They ignored men entering the official buildings. They asked everyone to not come anymore. Otherwise, they will kill them. So, how we could believe yeah, it's time, but still, it's time. I believe it's time. Let's talk, let's negotiate. Wherever they want, with whomever they want, we are ready to talk to them. We are ready to negotiate them. We are ready to stand our ground. The only thing that we need is their resistance, is their commitment. Please, please, if any one of their leaders are everywhere around the world, wherever they want to sit, let's talk, let's because they have to make sure it's not 2001, it's not 2000. We have a big amount of educated women that will not give up, that will not see and let people abandon them. We will raise our voices, and yeah, they need to listen us, otherwise they won't be able to govern.
You know, Zarifa Ghafari, you've spoken about the kind of threat that you've received in the past as well, and then this is brave of you to come out and speak the way you're doing so. Do you fear that they could come after you now? Is there a threat to your life? Is there something that you're fearful about?
Yeah, they searched my house. They took my car away. They did everything. They were searching for me, and they went to my husband's house, to my relative house, to my friend's house, and everywhere they were searching me. So yeah, how I can think that they are able to be fine with me, and women like me who were always standing for government, for their not government, for their country, for their people. It doesn't matter like who govern, but it's always about our country, our people, and for me, it's all about women and women's rights.
Zarifa Ghafari, you did say that this is, not 2001. This is, we are 20 years away from what we saw in 2001 or so. Did you ever expect that the Taliban could take over Afghanistan and the way they did it, really?
I really didn't expect, but yeah, now it's a reality. They took over. So now I really request them. I really wish they could give us a time to negotiate with them on our rights, because without us, they cannot resist.
President Joe Biden has said that why should America be fighting a war that even the Afghanistan military were not willing to fight? What do you have to tell American President Biden today?
I have to just say, I know whatever happened to my country. We Afghan people, especially those who are close to military. I was working in defense ministry, man. I know everything. So they can't make us fool once again.
But the manner in which the US pulled out the forces in a hurry, leaving behind all of you in Afghanistan, is there a sense of anger? Is there a sense of resentment against America?
Man, I was working 4 months for defense ministry. I wasn't able to have my salary for 4 months. So it was the same for all soldiers around the country. They insist giving military food, weapon, ballots. Everything got blocked. Everything got blocked. So yeah, this was the reason that why no one was able to fight. We wasn't able to fight. We were ready to fight, but there was nothing to fight with. With whom we should fight? With those groups that international community wasn't able to fight. With those groups, with a small group that NATO failed fighting them. With those groups that NATO came to Afghanistan to fight them directly, but now they're all big leaders. They're all most wanted leaders are there in Kabul, and this NATO forces are just few kilometers far from them inside the airport, but still they're not doing anything. It is something to rethink about it, I think.
Zarifa, are you saying that right now in Afghanistan, all of you just stand no chance? We've seen fair amount of local resentments against the Taliban right now. What do you see that translating into?
I believe if Taliban are really eager to, if they all really resist and stay on their promises, but I'm not sure they could, because I saw within this few days that they are going all against their promises. But still, if they really want to be the way that they are talking of, the way that they are promising, I'm sure it's we can talk to them, we can negotiate. We want human rights, we want women rights, we want every rights of women and men to be fixed and fine in this country. So if they want this, we are able to negotiate and we are able to come at a joint point together, and then we can work on it.
Zarifa Ghafari, we've been seeing these horrific pictures of people trying to get out of the country, and one wonders what's going to happen to those children, women being left behind, really. We saw an instance of that a few days ago when there were several men trying to get out of the country, running after the C-17 that took off eventually. What is the sense? Are the men in Afghanistan right now feeling hopeless and thinking that just leaving the country right now is the only option, even without the women and children?
In my country, everyone is afraid of their life. They don't want to go back to 2000 to 2001. No one wants to have the same situation. Taliban are beating everyone. They are killing everyone. They are destroying everything. And yeah, everyone thinks that it's time to just leave because international community left us at the middle of a war, or at the middle of a crisis. And this is like, and this is like a disaster that happens to my country.
Zarifa Ghafari is the first Afghan woman mayor. We here in India completely stand by the people of Afghanistan, and it's distressing to even report. We can just well imagine on what all of you are going through, because when we do these stories of parents having to abandon their children, give them away to forces in the US and the UK, you can just imagine how you all would be feeling at this point in time. The desperation is evident, the grief, the hurt is evident. We stand by you. Zarifa Ghafari, be safe. We are with you. Thank you for your time here. Thank you for joining us and giving us your time.
And for last,
yes,
trust me, it's so hard. You struggle 20 years and suddenly something happens and destroys everything. It's so hard. It's really, really hard. But still, we are able to talk. We are able to fix it out. Please, please, I request all Taliban's leader, all international community to let's sit and talk. War is not a solution. Killing people is not a solution. How many people you need to kill? How many people you will kill? There are million of people who have voices who will talk against you. Doesn't matter what you will do. So let's sit and talk.
Afghan woman mayor, the first Afghan woman mayor, they're making a plea to the Taliban right here in India today, saying that we are willing to talk, we're willing to have a conversation, and clearly war and bloodshed is really not the way forward. Zarifa Ghafari, thank you for your time here.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.